The U.S. military is undertaking a first-of-its-kind exercise to protect the homeland from enemy bomber aircraft. It's being conducted in the Atlantic Ocean from May 28th to May 31st under U.S. Northern Command. For offense, a number of U.S. Strategic Command, STRATCOM, supersonic B-1B Lancer long-range strategic bombers are being leveraged to simulate a rival aircraft trying to penetrate the U.S. defense. For defense, Royal Canadian Air Force CF-18s and U.S. Air Force F-15s under the bilateral Northern Aerospace Defense Command and U.S. Navy FA-18s from the Harry S. Truman Carrier Strike Group under U.S. Northern Command are assigned and tasked to intercept and neutralize the incoming bombers. It's crucial to note that Northern Aerospace Defense Command has significant experience in dealing with Russian bombers, fighters, and surveillance aircraft entering the Alaskan Air Defense Identification Zone. This video is sponsored by War Thunder, the most comprehensive military vehicle online game for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, in which you can go to battle on more than 1,200 playable aircraft, tanks, helicopters, and ships from the 1930s to the 1990s. The game has an amazing attention to detail and focuses on a realistic combat experience, which is why knowing your vehicles and skill really makes a difference. It's easy to get into, and all you need to play is nothing more but your mouse and keyboard or controller. Immerse yourself in cross-platform combat with more than 20 million other military vehicle enthusiasts from all over the world. Download and play War Thunder for free using the link in the description below, and also get a free bonus tank, aircraft, or ship, and 3 days of premium account. A U.S. Navy warship again challenged China's claim in the South China Sea. As reported by CNN, citing a defense official, Arleigh Burke-guided missile destroyer USS MUSTIN sailed within 12 nautical miles of Woody Island and Pyramid Rock in the Paracel Islands during a freedom of navigation operation. A 7th Fleet spokesman told the outlet that the United States demonstrates that these waters are beyond what China can lawfully claim as its territorial sea. Viewers may note that China has built military infrastructure in the Paracel Islands, and these are expected to be used to enforce China's sweeping claims in the region. The Chinese military dispatched naval and air assets to shadow the MUSTIN. China's Global Times reported that Senior Colonel Li Haomin, a spokesman for the Southern Theater Command, stated that the military issued warnings and expelled the ship from the area. But as usual, no evidence was provided. The U.S. military's top command for operations in Africa says that Russia has sent at least 14 combat jets to Libya. Not only this, as per analysis, Russian military pilots are flying them. It's also released additional satellite imagery showing 2 MiG-29 Fulcrums at Al Jafra Air Base in the center of the country. This comes a day after it first revealed that the Kremlin had sent the aircraft to bolster forces fighting on behalf of strongman Khalifa Haftar against Libya's UN-recognized government. U.S. Africa Command tweeted out the new imagery and information on May 27, 2020. The satellite images are dated May 20th and show that Russian MiG-29s, as well as Su-24 Fencers, had touched down in Libya. One of the tweets read, "Over multiple days in May, Russian MiG-29s and Su-24 fighters departed Russia. At that time, all the aircraft have Russian Federation Air Force markings. After they land on Khmeimim Air Base in Syria, the MiG-29s are repainted and emerge with no national markings." Another tweet added, "They are flown by Russian military members and escorted by Russian fighters based in Syria to Libya, landing in eastern Libya near Tobruk for fuel. At least 14 newly unmarked Russian aircraft are then delivered to Al Jafra Air Base in Libya." USS ZUMWALT has fired 30mm Bushmaster 2 cannons for the first time in a test. It's to be noted that a pair of 30mm Bushmaster 2 cannons were installed on USS ZUMWALT, which is the first vessel of the ZUMWALT class. These guns were fitted instead of two larger 57mm guns. This is one of several controversial changes to the stealth destroyer's design over the years. ZUMWALT conducted what the Navy described as a structural test fire of the two Mark 46 Mod 2 gun weapon systems, or GWS. Viewers may note that these guns are mounted on top of the ship's helicopter hangar toward the stern. Navy Captain Andrew Carlson, the ZUMWALT commanding officer, said in a statement, "The privilege of being a first-in-class ship includes having the opportunity to systematically conduct testing across the breadth of systems installed aboard the ship. The real plus is conducting those tests, such as today's live fire with the Mark 46 GWS, which provide tangible evidence of combat capability maturation. Each Mark 46 Mod 2 is a remotely operated turret containing a single 30mm Mark 44 Bushmaster 2 automatic cannon." An F-35 Joint Strike Fighter that was flying out of Eglin Air Force Base has crashed. The good thing is that the pilot was able to eject safely. The incident occurred at around 21:30 local time, and the F-35A was on a routine night training mission. This is the second crash of an aircraft operating out of the base in less than a week. An F-22 Raptor went down just a few days back. In that incident, too, the pilot survived the crash as he was able to eject in time. Viewers may note that Eglin Air Force Base is home to a large number of aircraft, and many training missions are conducted from it. F-35 Joint Strike Fighter and F-22 Raptor are two of the most advanced fighter jets in the world. The two incidents, one after the other, are not a good sign, though the exact cause of these is yet to be determined. Russian air interceptors flew very close to the American Navy maritime patrol plane. This was considered to be a very risky maneuver that could have resulted in tragedy. These interceptions are not new, and actually the frequency has increased in recent times. The Su-35 Flanker Es, which were fully armed and flew too close to comfort for P-8A. The U.S. Navy said in a press release, "For the third time in 2 months, Russian pilots flew in an unsafe and unprofessional manner while intercepting a U.S. Navy P-8A maritime patrol and reconnaissance aircraft in the U.S. 6th Fleet, May 6, 2020. It added, "The intercept was determined to be unsafe and unprofessional due to the Russian pilots taking close station on each wing of the P-8A simultaneously, restricting the P-8A's ability to safely maneuver. The unnecessary actions of the Russian Su-35 pilots were inconsistent with good airmanship and international flight rules and jeopardized the safety of flight of both aircraft." The P-8 Poseidon is developed by Boeing and is modified from the 737-800 ERX. It's capable of anti-submarine warfare, ASW, anti-surface warfare, ASUW, and shipping interdiction. It also has early warning self-protection, EWSP, ability. It has a combat radius of 1,200 nautical miles or 2,222 kilometers that enables it to cover large swaths of ocean. It has a top speed of Mach 0.73. The P-8 is equipped with radar, optical and sonar sensors to detect submarines and surface ships. P-8A is the American variant, and the U.S. has received delivery of more than 90 of these, with approximately an additional 30 on order. P-8 has 5 internal and 6 external stations for weapons, and currently deploy AGM-84 H&K SLAM-ER, AGM-84 Harpoon, Mark 54 torpedo, unguided missiles, mines, and SMART, as well as freefall bombs. U.S. Navy ship USS Portland has successfully shot a drone out of the sky with a laser for the first time. As per reports, the amphibious transport dock ship USS Portland, LPD-27, disabled an unmanned aerial vehicle UAV with a solid-state laser technology maturation laser weapon system demonstrator. The San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock ship is currently stationed near Hawaii's Pearl Harbor. USS Portland Commanding Officer Kerry Sanders said, "By conducting advanced at-sea tests against UAVs and small craft, we'll gain valuable information of the capabilities of the solid-state LWSD against potential threats." U.S. military has been working on different kinds of lasers for a long time, and these are being seen as a counter to systems like drones and small boats, to name a few.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.